The Drug Problem, Video 0, Introduction. I will argue that drug illegality is bad, not because drugs are good, but because the consequences of illegalizations are so very much worse than the consequences of legalization and a more liberal approach. I will not argue that a certain form of illegality is bad or that illegality is bad from a particular point of view or under a particular set of circumstances. Instead, I will argue that illegality is bad, full stop. That drug illegality is a dysfunctional social discourse. Hi, I'm Andre Laszlo. I'm a thinker, I'm a writer, and I'm a drug policy researcher. In this series, The Drug Problem, I will argue, first, in video number 1 to 11, that illegalization's main justification, that illegality causes higher prices, that in turn causes less use and users, one, is not as strong as it is argued to be. Two, is not as strong as it once were. And three, that it is losing in power as we speak. Secondly, in video 12 to 19, I will argue that illegalization itself, in its consequences, constitutes a greater harm than drug use. This is a big statement. Thirdly, in video 20 to 29, I will argue that illegalization sets off two often unacknowledged consequences, mechanisms that corrupt the very fabric of society. Then, in addition, I will take your questions and I will answer in videos. After some introductory videos where I will give a background to myself and my project, I shall launch an all-out attack on drug illegalization. An attack that will, 1. Undermine illegalization's main argument. 2. Show that illegality itself is a greater cause of harm than drug use. And 3. Show that illegalization creates some really bad stuff that most of us aren't even aware of. Do I like drugs? No, not really. However, I used to be a smoker. I have to count my calories. And I do like a glass of wine, even several. These, tobacco, food, and wine, are my drugs. And the fact that they happen to be legal, I figure, doesn't make much difference, or it doesn't make much difference to me than the abuser of narcotic drugs. Now, do I want toddlers to be allowed to buy heroin in the local corner shop? Of course not. How to end illegalization? How to legalize and what to legalize is not my field. But that cannabis should be legalized seems common sense to me. That heroin should be made available, either directly or in substitution programs, to people who otherwise would have caused great harms to others, seems logical too. How to handle amphetamine-type substances? I don't know. But the fact that even a moderately retarded do-it-yourself home chemist can make them in any kitchen with easy to procure and easy to substitute precursors suggests that we cannot stop them. As to cocaine, I don't know. Difficult. This series will not be about how or what to legalize. This series will just prove, yes, prove, beyond all reasonable doubt that presently dominating drug policies, supply-oriented drug policies, constitutes, together with the illegalization that they support, a dysfunctional discourse, a societal discourse that is not good for the people in society, and a social discourse that we should rid ourselves of as soon as possible. As for me, I am making this video because 1. I see drug illegality as a dysfunctional discourse, a way in which we, as in we mankind, organize ourselves badly or inoptimally. And 2, because I would like to get some feedback, critique of my thoughts and my 2 books, The Drug Problem and Drug Policy Madness, both available on Amazon. As a pro-legalization drug policy thinker, in a pro-illegalization country like Sweden, good feedback is hard to come by. And therefore, I want yours. If you buy my first book, The Drug Problem, and give me good feedback, critique, tell me where I've been an idiot, correct me, I will, as a PDF file, free of charge, send you my second book, Drug Policy Madness. In the next video, video 1, as I claim that drug illegality is a dysfunctional discourse, I will say a few words about such